All right, Gene. This one has a bunch of little parts to it, but this has to do. Can you tell us about the Akashic Records? What is it? Where can we find it? How can we connect with it? Who's the keeper of it? Any recommendations on these questions?
Yeah, so the Akashic records are a frequency library of the history of every single being in the composite histories of species like humans, mankind, etc. And the interactions sometimes like humans and mankind, that would be a history. And that is an energetic storage. And first, the planet herself stores it in now the Van Allen belts, encoded energy structures, and also the whales all over the earth sing their specific assignments of restoring the Akashic records. That's why if you listen to humpback whales, each pod sounds different. They have their own pods songs they sing, and then each individual is different. And if you go there and record it right now, and you come back next year this time, it'll have changed per person and per pod. It changes and adds and continues to grow and alter because history is adding and changing and altering and continuing to grow. So they sing the Akashic records, which resonate the entire ocean. There's what's in the oceans called the deep sound channel. As sound goes down, the density of water is getting, and the pressure, because of pressure and it's getting colder, gets higher and higher, causing the sound speed to increase. That causes the wave to, as it's going down, the bottom of the wave's going faster and faster. If you do your hand like a sound wave and your thumb being down and you make your thumb move faster, it makes your hand turn upwards. And so that sound wave turns and moves upwards. But then as it gets towards the surface and the sun is making it get more and more heat, in the water at the top, and it's getting more and more energy. Now that is making it go faster at the top. It's getting denser because of the heat. And so it bends back down, and you get this sound channel. They call it the DSC, or the deep sound channel. And so this waves, the whale song will get trapped into those sound channels and travel around the entire ocean. And even when they mix, it'll travel and bleed over. So you can hear Pacific whales all over the Pacific. If you hear a pod off the coast of Japan, you can hear them in San Francisco, outside San Francisco, in the deep sound channel. If you drop a hydrophone down in there, or you get a submarine down in there. And then if you're in the barriers between the oceans, there's some leakage. So if you go around the Cape in South America, you can, as you're coming around, you can hear both the Atlantic and the Pacific, and you hear them where they're crossing in, and you can hear a heterodyning of the different songs heterodyning and combining together for a combined whole. And the same with the crossing of the Cape around Africa, where you hear the Indian Ocean and the Atlantic crossing. And so it combines it together, and that helps to create the resonance of the earth. It helps to create the Schumann frequency and the whole resonant structure of that then radiates into the atmosphere, that then radiates into the Van Allen belts and stores it permanently.
Wow. Do our higher selves have access to like our Akashic records, our history?
If you just learn to listen and you go up to the various densities, like the soul plane, you can hear it at the different densities. You can hear that part of the Akashic records at that level. So if you listen at the physical level, it sounds like a ringing in your ear, kind of like the old picture tubes or rain on a roof or static, just kind of a like a waterfall sound, kind of like flowing of water. On the astral, our fourth density, it's going to sound like bees buzzing. And then is the next level up, which is the causal, it's going to sound like the conch shell or Tibetan horns. And then at the next level up, or the mental level, it's going to sound like woodwind instruments and flutes. And then when you get to the soul plane, it sounds like full orchestrations, like Beethoven's Fifth, and different levels or different parts. There's sub levels within the densities or the levels and the planes, and they each have their own song, like Beethoven's Fifth and Bach, Toccata Fugue in D minor, all of these different songs and musics you've heard in classical music are somewhere in the soul plane. The positive ones are. The negative ones are in the lower astral. as overriding
Awesome.
kind of lower astral sounds. Go ahead, D.
I was just gonna say, and then one part of that question was, is there an actual like keeper of the Akashic records, like a protector or somebody or a being or a species or whatever that would guard it?
Earth, our
Earth.
planet, it's called Earth. And then there's an Akashic record for our solar system, which is they call the bow shock, or there's like an egg shape around our trinary system of our, our sun's leading the two other suns that are orbiting her, and they're encompassed in this egg as it's going around the Milky Way of energy, and that is like another kind of Van Allen belt or a firmament, if you will, of energy that encompasses this trinary system. And so that holds the Akashic, that energy field holds the Akashic records for this trinary system, because the three systems interact with each other, like the Anunnaki have interacted quite significantly with Earth and this solar system.
Wow. So I guess the answer is as far as being able to connect with it is continuing to grow in all aspects of our health, especially spiritual health and ascending.
Precisely. And so what it means is that, it's like an encyclopedia set, where you have a set, and one set would be Earth, one set would be the solar system, another set would be the trinary system with Sol, Clarion, and Nemesis, and then one would be the Milky Way galaxy, and we could go down to the North American or human, or you could go down to different parts of the Akashic records, would be like a chapter in one encyclopedia, or something like that, And so the records they composite each other as you go. Then you would have one that's called the universe, and she's held within a huge energy sphere that is the Akashic record around her. That's all of that energy that's vibrating all of the record of this universe since it was first created.
That was so awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Gene. That's all I got for that one.
You're welcome.